Welcome to practice 3. Have a couple of blocks. We're just going to move through the whole body. You're going to begin in seated. You can sit on a block. You can sit on the floor. And just make sure that you're comfortable in your legs. And we'll begin with the neck, so the chin will drop down towards the chest. And we're just going to roll the chin over to look down the right arm. See how it feels, and roll across the collarbones to look down the left. Good. We'll go again, and you can take it to that full car if you want to, as you look down the right arm, tilt the ear to the shoulder. Draw a big circle with the chin as you roll back. Left ear, left shoulder. Turn the chin to look down the left arm. Back to center, and let's reverse. Good. When you come back to center, gently lift the head. And we can just start to move the shoulders around. You can keep the hands on the knees as you touch those four corners, or you can take the arms forward as you move through that forward and down, shoulders, forward and up and back, back and down. Try and keep your spine still as you do this movement. Good. One more. And then let's just take a hold of that right leg. And you can support the right leg with the right arm, left leg anywhere. But just move through that right knee as you rotate your shins side to side. You do this with your hand, or you can do this by sort of using the leg itself. And you'll feel the two sort of sides of the back of the hamstring work as you take the foot out to the right side works, and then the left side works there. So make sure you're feeling it from the back of the leg. As the toes point out to the right, we're going to pick the heel up, extend the knee, and bend the knee. We'll keep those toes out to the right. So I just want you to find your little hamstring stretch there. The more you hug the knee in, the more of a hamstring stretch this will be. If it's too strong, you have the leg away from you. Okay, so just find whatever works. We'll do one more, and then we'll do the same thing internally rotating, pointing the toes to the left. Just bend and straighten the knee there. Got a little clicky knee. Good, one more. And then keep that foot lifted as you do just 2 or 3 slow ankle circles there. Good, release that leg, we'll change sides. Support the back of the left knee, heel down, toes up. And as you spin that shin bone side to side, pivoting on the heel, you'll feel that work. At the back of the hamstring, just sort of above the knee. Good. And we'll keep those toes turned out to the left as you support the leg. And let's just find a hamstring stretch as we open and close the knee. If it's too strong, let that leg away from you a little bit. If you want more, hug it in. Good. Then we'll turn the toes to the right, and we'll do that same movement. You might be able to hear my knee. That'll be my gift to you. Good. And then when you release that foot down, we'll just find that little cross-legged position, or any position that you like. Gently fold the arms in front of the chest, and we'll flex the spine forwards. So stretch out the back of your t-shirt. And then find that rotation to the right, and lean the right shoulder to the right hip. Keep your pelvis still as you roll all the way back to lean to the left. And then rotate to the left. Come forwards. We'll reverse, rotate the other way. Shoulder to hip. All the way back. Shoulder to hip the other side. Rotate round. Come forwards. Undo the arms and take a big double circle of the arms back. If you're quite close to the floor, you might not be able to get the arms all the way back. So just wherever they can. Good. And then push back, rotate, take it all the way up. Palms up as you bring the arms forwards. Do one more. Keep those front ribs down. Push into that resistance. Rotate all the way. And all the way back. Good. As you bring those arms down, we'll flip ourselves around. We'll find all fours. And we'll just start to circle the chest around the wrists. with the fingers pointing forwards at first. Remember, you can put your hands on blocks if you want a little less effort. And then let's walk the hands around as we continue these circles. So fingertips out. You can do something different with each hand, it doesn't matter. Just find your wrist stretch. And then I want you to find a new position with your hands. So I'm going to take my fingertips out to the side. And then we're going to segment the spine. So I'm going to start with that tail tuck, travelling up the spine, rounding the back, sucking the chin in. A little more effort through that lower body to tuck the tail under. And then untucking the tail, gently, gradually stretching out the front body until the head lifts, the chin lifts. A little more effort with the upper back. Then I'm going to find a new position with my hands. And I'm going to go again. So that tail's going to tuck under. I'm going to travel, segment the spine. Slowly stretching out that back body until the chin tucks in. Find a little bit more effort through the lower body. Untuck the tail. Lengthen. Coming all the way up. There. We take my hands back to normal, hands slightly forwards, tucking the toes under. So I'm going to lift up to an easy downward facing dog. And just check in with the legs and the shoulders. And then I'm going to pull forwards. I can come into a plank or a kneeling plank, or you can do plank for a few breaths and then drop the knees down. But just connect into the press of the shoulders away from each other, the pull of the hands towards the feet. Let's all just softly kiss the knees down to the floor, untuck the toes, and then just lay the body down with control. Pop your fingertips into a place where you can find cobra, elbows back. Just segment the spine to come up to cobra and then come down. Keep those shoulders back. We'll come up to cobra and then down. Next time we come up to cobra, we'll hold up. We're going to bend the knees. I'm just going to kick the heels towards the ceiling. You can hover the hands here. And if you want to, you can reach the arms back as though you're going to hold the legs, but we're not going to. And then rotate those palms all the way around. Do a big double shoulder circle, reach forwards, reach up. And then bring everything down. Slide the hands back either side of the chest and just gently push up into an all fours position. From an all fours position, we're going to tuck the toes under, walk our hands back and find a little bit of a toe stretch. I'm just going to sit back and find my little squishy toe stretch there. Have a breath. And then we'll push up into tall kneeling. Pad your knees if you need to. From a tall kneeling position, the weight goes into the left leg as we lift that right knee up. We'll take a slow circle of that right leg. Hover that foot for a little bit longer and then step the foot down. Find a little tuck of the pelvis as you reach the arms forwards. Right arm will stay there. We do a car with that left arm as you take the arm up to the ceiling. Don't turn the chest but rotate, open the arm, reach it all the way around and back, palm faces away from you. Push back into extension, take it all the way up and around to the front. Good, let's reverse it, push it up. Back, round, push it back, take it up, and then as you start to bring that arm level with the other arm, you're going to turn to the right arm is going to lift up as you find that twisted lunge, hand to block or floor. If you want to go further, left toes tuck and push that left knee back. Don't let your hips go too high here, and you can really drop that right arm open. Good. Now, turn your chest back towards the floor, hands to blocks or hands to floor, and you can adjust the left foot slightly. We're going to pull the right knee a little straighter, and then bend that right knee. I want you to push the knee forwards of the toes so we get an ankle stretch. And again, so we pull back, use your blocks, remember, we don't need a perfectly straight knee. Keep the heel down as you drive that right knee forwards. We'll do one more. We'll find that straight-ish position and we'll pivot to land the left heel down. Take your right hand against the right shin and open into triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. And just find that stretch. Bend the front knee as you find warrior two. I'm just going to switch around so you can see the front. Center the hips in your warrior two. Good, straighten that front knee. Turn the feet forwards, hands to hips, and take a little hinge into Pasarita Padottanasana, wide angle forward fold. Remember, you've got bricks and you can bend your knees. As you lift your head, your chest, you're just going to walk your hands forwards so that you can start to heel toe the feet together. We want to end up with the toes pointing out to the side in the squat position. Choice, stop here in your squat, or you can go a little lower into a full malasana, or you could take a seat on blocks. So you can reach your arms forward. If your hands are on your knees, you can just stay there for a few breaths. And I'm going to move my right knee open and neutral for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then my left, 5, 4, 3. External rotation, 2, 1. I'm going to take the hands back down, lift the bum up, and just walk the feet wide again, either hands on blocks or hands forward. Good. And then I'm going to turn my right foot open to the right, pivot on my back foot so I can just come back into that little stretch over the right leg. Right knee is going to bend back into the lunge. Hands are going to go flat. I'll take it back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, I'll drop onto the knees and just stop there. We're going to move that right leg into a hip car, so just make sure you're comfortable for that. Lift that right heel up. Open that right knee out to the right, don't lean. Pull that knee round under into the chest to neutral. Reverse it, knee to chest. Knee opens all the way around and back. Let's do one more each way. Back, round, in, down, chest, open, round, back. Good. Toes tuck under, and we'll slowly slide the hands back to lift up to tall kneeling. You're going to bring your hands onto your hips in tall kneeling. Squeeze your bum, push your hips forward. Lift your chest and find a supported Ustrasana. Just find a little bit of a stretch through your front body. It's strong as you want to make it. You can drop your head back or you can keep that double chin, whatever feels best today. Good. And then we'll come slowly all the way back. We're going to lean the weight onto the right knee as we take our time to balance, to hover that left leg. Give it a moment. Bring that foot forwards, hold it up. And then set the foot down. Arms reach forward. This time we're going to move our right arm. Our left arm stays there as you take that right arm up into a car. Up, round, rotate, reach it back. Push back, rotate all the way around. Let's do one more. Really stabilize your chest, stabilize your pelvis. You push into that resistance. When that right arm comes round to the front, you're going to sort of lean and twist that left arm open. You can take your right hand to the floor or the brick. You can pop the left hand on the hip. Tuck your toes under and lift that right knee. Make sure your hips haven't popped up. Good. Take your time. The left hand's going to come round and down. You can have hands to the brick, and we'll find that left leg stretch. And bend that knee forwards of the toes. You could shorten your stance, you could widen your stance, or you could do this with the back knee down. Good, let's do one more. I'll switch sides. And then from that straight-ish front leg, we're going to turn to drop the back heel. Left hand goes to the shin as we find our Utthita Trikonasana. Just find a little emphasis of pushing that top rib cage up towards the ceiling. As you lift the hand off the knee, you'll bend into Warrior Two. You can fiddle your feet if you want to, even out the hips. Find the strength of both legs. Good. As you straighten that front knee, we'll pivot the toes forwards, hands onto the hips. This time we're going to walk the heels in. No, you can't see my head. Turn the toes out, and we're going to find our goddess pose. So we want to stick the bum out. I'll move back and just reach either the arms to the side or the hands in prayer. Drive the knees apart here. Good. A breath or two here. And then as we straighten those knees, heel toe the feet a little closer, find your squat position. You can bend the knees and you can stop here in your squat, or you could come all the way down. This works if you're staying upright, because we're just going to find those little side bends in squat. So if you're standing upright still, you'll use your elbow to your thigh. If you're down like me, you'll use your arm to the inside of the thigh as you find these rotations. Yeah, get a little juicy stretch. Finish in your malasana in your squat. And then we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor. So you can drop onto your bum, or you can crawl forwards and find a hands and knees. Good. So we're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hands, or hand, if you don't have right hands. And then what I want to do is either hands on bricks. I'm going to walk my left knee back to find a quite deep hip stretch here. I'm going to pivot on the right heel to turn the toes to the right so that my knee drops open. And you could stay here, or you could reach that right arm up into a deeper version of this twist. If you want to bend the back knee, point the toe, high five your foot, or lasso a strap round, or you could pull in for a little bit of a deeper stretch there. If you're not holding the foot, it's fine. Okay, so we're going to do a funky little pivot here. So I'll show you this one from the front. This is how it looks from the front. As I come up with my body, I'm going to pivot on this back knee. I hope I'm not out of shot. To sit back so that I'm in like a one-legged forward bend. Okay, I'll show you this from the side. This is the first time you've seen it. Otherwise, just chill there. So I'm here. I come up. I pivot the back foot round. I drop in, and I find my one-legged forward bend. You can adjust the angle of your legs, and we'll just find a little stretch over that front leg. You can hold, you can do whatever feels good. If it needs to be bent, you bend your knee. Okay, one more breath. And then we'll slowly come up. Either cross the legs to roll to all fours, or scooch the feet to the side. Come back to your hands and knees. If you want your hands on bricks, you know what to do. Lift up and step that left foot forwards to the outside of the hands. And then we'll tuck those right toes under and walk that right knee back. Just until you feel a stretch. Pivot on that left heel to turn the toes to the side. Option, left arm up. Right knee bends, reach and hold. Good, we've got our funky little move. So all we do is we turn our chest back to the front, pivot on the back knee, Straighten out the right leg, drop back to a seat. You might need to do some arranging, okay? Find your stretch over that left leg, however feels good. Yeah, one more breath. Slowly come up. Bring both legs forwards. Bend your knees to scoot your bum forwards. And we'll take a slow roll down onto our back. So you can either hold the legs or not. Segment through your spine. Take your time to come down. When you're there, walk the feet back. Press down into the feet, tuck the tail and lift into a bridge. You can really tuck those shoulders under. And just find that length to the front body, find that support to the back body. Slowly peel the spine down. Pull the knees up into the chest, arms stay wide, and either move through some moving twists where you move the knees side to side, or you can just settle on one side for a few breaths. If you're staying there for a few breaths, you can switch sides now. And then as you bring the knees back to center, give them a little hug in. And then release the feet to the floor. You can slide the legs out. Find a Shavasana. And you might just want to be here for 5 conscious breaths. Or you might have a little more time. Either way, I'll leave you here. And I'll see you next time.